NFL week 4, there was some bad football, there was some good football, but there was definitely football. Yeah, try and fly through this just like we did with the college recap and preview and picks. Thursday night, the Jets beat the Patriots 24-3. Woo. Aaron Rodgers looked good. Threw for 2 scores. 281 on 27 for 35. It's the Patriots, though. The only team that they might beat this year is the Bengals. Honestly, I right now don't know if the Patriots are Patriots are going to win too many more games. They're bad. Wrong screen. Let's move on to Sunday. Starting with the Giants-Browns, the New York Football Giants, powered by Malik Nabers, two touchdowns thrown to him by Daniel Jones. The Giants down the Browns 21-15. Devin Singletary also ran for a score. Amari Cooper caught 2 passes for touchdowns. Deshaun Watson got outdueled by Daniel Jones, though. We're talking 21 for 37, 196, 2 scores. Sacked 8 times. And Malik Nabers might save Daniel Jones' career. Just might. In a revenge game for Malik Willis, the Packers traveled to Tennessee and they won 30-14. The Titans just aren't good. It's becoming a meme that every weekend there's just something of how bad Will Levis is. Every week. And there's always at least one picture. Every week. And it's hilarious. Will Levis, I mean, by all accounts, didn't play terrible. 260 passing yards on 26 for 34. 2 scores. It just wasn't enough for a very bad Tennessee team. Will Levis did throw the 2 interceptions along with it, turned it over twice, fumbled it once, so 3 turnovers. And, like, this team's just bad. Will Levis is bad. The Packers with Malik Willis right now are competent. Moving on. The Colts beat the Bears 21-16. Jonathan Taylor's a dude. Caleb Williams finally looked like he didn't suck ass. Threw for 363 and 2 scores. But then you throw that in with the fact that it was on 52 passes. That 363 all of a sudden looks a little worse. He turned the ball over twice, threw 2 interceptions. I believe he lost a fumble too. And he did lose a fumble, yep. So 3 turnovers. He's still doing that. He's finally shown at least what people expected he might be. Or at least what people without brains think Caleb Williams could have been. Still turning the ball over a shit ton. And Bears lose that game 21-16 to the Colts. The Vikings beat the Texans 34-7 and they're just good right now. I don't know what it is. CJ Stroud struggled in this game, but the Vikings are just really good right now. Playing some really, really good football. This team is... I thought this team had no chance when J.J. McCarthy went down with injury. I thought this team was SOL, dead in the water, dead on arrival. Bad. But here they are. They're out. They're playing loose. They're playing good. And it's been honestly pretty entertaining to watch them. Not too worried about the Texans though. They'll come back. They'll be fine. And a defensive slugfest that until the fourth quarter was 3-0. Saquon Barkley with 2 touchdowns beat the Saints 15-12. Jalen Hurts threw for 311, but did have an interception. And I don't think the defense gave up a score. They did give up one passing touchdown. At least I should have said the defense didn't give up a touchdown, but I was still wrong. The Eagles team played a very good Saints team and walked away with a win. Very hot Saints team, I should say, and walked away with a win. That Eagles defense is really good. Moving on. The Steelers beat the Chargers. Justin Fields is once again still playing safe. He threw for 245 and a score. I believe he ran for one too, if I remember correctly. The Chargers just couldn't get anything going. That defense is really good. That Steelers defense is really good, and Jim Harbaugh is just a little too Jim Harbaugh to beat that Steelers team. I should have saw that. I was wrong about that one. Steelers win 20-10. That Steelers team is scary right now. Justin Fields, like I said, keeps looking good. Making it really hard for Tomlin to want to pick Russell Wilson. In the head scratcher of the weekend, the Broncos beat the Buccaneers 26-7. Bo Nix still has not thrown a passing touchdown. He ran for one, but the Broncos do get their first win. Like I said, just in the head scratcher. I don't even know what happened here. Was it a rushing touchdown for Bo Nix, a rushing touchdown for Jaleel McLaughlin? That's your 2 scores, your 2 touchdowns, and then Will Lutz 4 for 4 on field goals. Okay, that's how there you get it. Just like I said, this was the head scratcher. I was high on Tampa, and it just didn't look good here at all. Moving on. I don't want to call this one a head scratcher. This one was a surprise. Andy Dalton leads the Panthers to 36-22 win over the Raiders. Antonio Pierce said of the Raiders, looks like some guys are making business decisions out there. And quote-unquote business decisions. Andy Dalton, the first quarterback in the NFL to pass for 300 plus and 3 scores on the season, and they do it in a 36-22 win. Raiders defense does not look great, other than Max Crosby. And like I said, this wasn't really a head scratcher because you had 2 just bad teams going at it, and one of them had to win. And the Panthers are that team. The Seahawks beat the Dolphins 24-3. Dolphins without Tua just looked bad. Skylar Thompson, who we knew was not going to be good going into this game, got hurt. So we saw Tim Boyle warming up. The 4 words you don't want to hear as an NFL fan. And just lifeless right now. Dolphins might have some of the worst luck with quarterback injuries. They gotta find something out, even if it's Mac Jones. Dolphins have to do something, find somebody. Moving on, we're well into the 4 o'clock slate now. The Ravens beat the Dallas Cowboys. Derrick Henry ran for 151 and 2 scores. Just bully ball here by the Ravens. And they win 28-25. A few things the Ravens have to clean up. That fourth quarter, they gave up 19 points. Didn't score a touchdown. Didn't score a point there. They went out, punched the Cowboys in the mouth in the first 3 quarters. And had they shown up, had they played a full 4 quarters, this game would have never been in question. Cowboys are fucking lifeless right now after a very good start against the Browns, and 2 weeks in a row they've just gotten smacked around. And another kind of just surprise game. I shouldn't really say head scratcher, but just a surprise. The Rams rally from, I believe, 14 down, 21 down, a lot down, to come back and beat the 49ers off of a very late field goal. We did see some pitchy woo-woo at the end. The 49ers almost got it down there, and off the 8 bazillion lateral pitchy woo-woo play. Didn't succeed. Rams win, go to 1-2. 49ers right now, just so many injuries. It'll be hard for them to overcome that. Christian McCaffrey is going to Germany to look for a specialist, and this team's just got problems. The Lions outlast the Cardinals. Don't score any points in the second half, but 20 was enough to win 20-13. Jared Goff looked better until the second half. Kyler Murray didn't look great. Neither quarterback really looked good. Jared Goff just looked better in the first half of this game than he did against the Buccaneers. And it just... the Lions grinded out a win. That defense grinded out a win. That's it. Like, really, that's it. That's what this team's going to do a lot. This team is not going to impress you with huge numbers on a scoreboard. They're just going to be able to grind out games, and they will win. They'll get wins. If they get into a shootout, if I was a Lions fan, I would be worried. This Cardinals team, I just don't know what to say about them yet. Through 3 weeks. They looked really good last week. They looked solid week 1 against the Bills, other than their defense just looking putrid. And Kyler Murray's just petulant toddler attitude. I just don't know what to say about the Cardinals yet. Sunday night, the Chiefs go to 3-0. Stop me if you've heard this one before. The Chiefs win with the benefit of a controversial no call. The refs missed a very clear and obvious defensive pass interference in the end zone as Kirk Cousins was trying to find Kyle Pitts late. They don't get it. This Chiefs team, now, like, there was a lot of things that the Falcons did not win this game, but the Chiefs didn't deserve to win it either. Neither team deserved to win this game. This is a game that should have ended in a tie with how both of these teams played. This Chiefs team is not good. That Chiefs offense, I should say, is not good. Travis Kelce, I don't even think the dude wearing 87 or whatever it is for Travis, 85. 87, yeah. He did have his most catches on the season, doubled his catch total through 3 weeks on this game from 4 to 8. I don't think the dude wearing 87 is Travis Kelce. It's a body double. Travis Kelce looks terrible. Mahomes does not look good. If it wasn't for Rashee Rice and then this Chiefs defense, they would be very possibly be 0-3 or 1-2 at least. And Chiefs go to 3-0. Moving on to Monday night. Two games that just weren't really good. The Bills, the first game of two, beat the Jaguars 47-10. Trevor Lawrence is bad. That's all I got. Trevor Lawrence is really bad. Josh Allen is pretty good. That's all I got to say about this game. That's, I mean, just what else could you say? And just an absolute, as Ash calls it, dwarf bowl here. And the other of two Monday night games. The Washington Commanders beat my Cincinnati Bengals. Bengals fall to 0-3. Jaden Daniels looked phenomenal. Only 2 incomplete passes. He looked great. The Commanders did not punt. The Commanders haven't punted since week 1. But what's bad about this, Joe Burrow is the second quarterback this entire season to throw for over 300 yards and 3 touchdown passes. They lost. The Bengals did not punt. They did not turn the ball over. They lost. In fact, this was the first game in 85 years, 84, 85 years, whatever the number was, that neither team punted or turned the ball over. Commanders, like I said, they looked good. Jaden Daniels looked really good. But we're not going to talk about them because he's a rookie quarterback. There's bound to be struggles at some point. Like I said, he looked really good, though. I am going to talk about the Bengals because I'm a Bengals fan. This defense was pathetic. 33 points, and did the refs miss a defensive pass interference on the 2-point conversion? Yeah, they did. It wouldn't have mattered because of the missed field goal in the first quarter, though. So we're talking a 3-point game instead of a 5-point game. This defense looked pathetic. I've been saying it, and if it didn't come in this fashion and come this essentially embarrassingly, because again, the Bengals scored on every drive except for one, and that one was a missed field goal. The Commanders scored on every drive except for 2 when, at the end of the first half, kneel down to end the clock. End of the game, kneel down to end the clock. So they scored on every drive that they attempted to score on. I said 3 years ago, giving a contract extension to Zach Taylor was a bad idea. I said 3 years ago, giving Lou Anarumo a contract extension was not a good idea. I was higher on him than I am Zach Taylor. I'm still a little higher on Anarumo than I am Zach Taylor because I've never been high on Zach Taylor. I don't like the way Zach Taylor runs things. And you've had all of these Bengals fans. Oh, they've always started. And 5 out of Zach Taylor's 6 years at the Bengals, they've started 0-2, including the year they went to the Super Bowl. The only year they didn't, they started 1-1 and then lost the third game. We could go back. ...2022 when they started... Oh no, they started 0-2 in 2022 too. I'm sorry. So was it 21 when they went to the Super Bowl? Oh no, yeah, 21 they did start. They didn't start. So I'm sorry, the only year that they haven't started 0-2 was the year that they went to the Super Bowl. My bad. That's the only year they haven't started 0-2. But all of the other years under Zach Taylor, they've started at least 0-2. Eventually, and I've been saying it, eventually that 0-2 is going to become 0-3. And then 10 of your next 14 games, or 11 of your next 14 games, are must-win games. You start 0-3. You automatically have a must-win in week 4. And you have a must-win in week 5. You even have a must-win in week 6, realistically, to get to 3-3. You start 0-2, eventually you're going to start 0-3. I should be taking a victory lap right now. I called this 3 years ago that eventually Zac Taylor being the head coach of this team, regardless of, oh well, he took us to the Super Bowl. I've heard it for 3 years. I've had other Bengals fans in my fucking Twitter mentions for 3 fucking years tell me, well, they always start slower. Well, Zac Taylor took us to the Super Bowl. This team got to the Super Bowl in spite of Zac Taylor and his terrible way of running a team, his terrible play calling. This bullshit of not letting the starters play or get any meaningful reps in training camp through the preseason to prevent injuries has not worked, as once again the team has a shit ton of injuries. They lose Trent Brown. Now, the best thing out of this game is they lose Trent Brown, offensive tackle. And that's not the best thing. Obviously, that's not the best thing. Trent Brown loses or tears patellar tendon. That's not the best thing about this game. The best thing out of this game is that Amarius Mims was able to finally play, and he looked pretty good. That's the only encouraging thing out of this game. Let's look at some of the other injuries that we have right now, though, on this team, because Trent Brown, torn patellar tendon. Sheldon Rankins was questionable and didn't play. Tanner Hudson was questionable, didn't play. BJ Hill was questionable, inactive. Lance Robinson, hurt preseason, undisclosed injury. McKinley Jackson, knee injury, reserve the injured list. Brad Robbins, Miles Murphy, DJ Ivey, Deontay Smith, Chris Evans should never see the football field. Cam Sample, defensive end, injury. This bullshit of, oh, we're not going to let our starters and our important players get meaningful reps in the preseason because we want to prevent injury, doesn't work. Because the training camp and the preseason help get these guys in football shape. I played college football. You need those reps in camp to get in football shape. This whole thing does not work. So it doesn't prevent injuries any better than just playing them, because football is a sport where there are injuries. So just saying, oh no, we're not going to play them. Well, we can't do that. We're not going to let them get any meaningful reps because we got to protect them. They're just going to get hurt once the regular season comes, and the team's going to look bad. And shocker, they look bad. This slow start, I've been saying it for years with the Bengals, that it was going to happen. It was going to catch up to them. And one of these years under Zac Taylor, they're going to start 0-3. And here they are. They're starting 0-3 with losses to the New England Patriots, who look really bad. Who've looked really, really bad since beating the Bengals week 1. A loss to the Chiefs, which, okay, whatever. They were in a dogfight with the Chiefs. Lose off of a DPI call. It is what it is. A lot of people were expecting them to lose that game anyway. And then a loss to the Commanders. Yes, Jaden Daniels looked really good, but this defense looked piss poor. At one point in the fourth quarter, the Commanders were in 2nd and 22, and the Bengals couldn't get off the field. Bengals defense couldn't get off the field. Anarumo's not a good... Lou Anarumo's not great defensive play calling. Zac Taylor, his offensive play calling is piss poor. I should be taking a victory lap. But I am just as pissed as every other Bengals fan, because a lot of Bengals fans are now finally starting to realize that Zac Taylor is a problem. Yes, there's other problems. Duke Tobin, the director of player personnel, because the Bengals don't have an official GM. He's terrible. The college scouting, they only have one college scout. It's terrible. Anyone who's watched any college football and knows anything about how the game is played and has a working brain is more qualified to be the college scout for the Cincinnati Bengals than the college scout that they have. And I can't even remember the dude's name right off the top of my head. I've said it for a couple years now. I don't understand why we thought Dax Hill was a was worthy of a number one draft pick, because Dax Hill was not great at Michigan. Jordan Battle needs to see more playing time for this Bengals team. This is just congrats Bengals. Every game, almost 10 out of the next 14 games are must win. Congrats, guys. Congrats. Yep. That's our week 3 recap. Let's move on to a week 4 preview. Here we go. Week 4. Thursday night, we got a battle of 1 and 2 teams. The Dallas Cowboys play the New York Football Giants at MetLife. Cowboys need to win this game in a bad way, and they should. We'll talk about it in a few minutes. Once we actually get to the picks, that's when I'll give you my winners. The Saints travel to Mercedes-Benz Stadium to play the Falcons. Saints are 2-1, and they look human finally after playing the Eagles. This could be a really good game Sunday at 1 o'clock on Fox. Be very interesting to watch. Give me wait, I'm not gonna give you picks yet. The Rams battle 1 and 2 teams, Rams Bears. This game will also be pretty interesting at Soldier Field. It'll be can this Bears defense keep the Bears offense in the game? Make it very interesting. Over on CBS at 1 o'clock, another good game with Vikings-Packers. Battle for a little bit of supremacy in the NFC North. Be very interesting to watch this one to see if the Vikings can keep this winning streak rolling. Steelers travel to Indy to take on the Colts. Colts kind of need this game. Anthony Richardson needs to figure things out. He's really exciting, but he's turned the ball over a lot this year. 6 turnovers to 3 touchdowns. It'll be interesting to see if the Steelers can, if Justin Fields and the Steelers can keep this train rolling. Broncos at Jets. Woo. Eagles at Buccaneers could be interesting just because of how the Buccaneers looked this past week. And how the Eagles offense other than Saquon Barkley looked this week. The Bengals play the Panthers. This is a must-win game for the Bengals. All I got there. Jaguars travel to Houston to take on the Texans. This is a must-win for the Jags, and, well, I don't think they're going to get it. I'm just going to say that now. Commanders travel to Arizona. This could be a game. Be interesting to see if Jayden Daniels can stay hot like he was in Cincinnati. Patriots travel to San Fran to play the 49ers. I don't even know what to say about this one. This game should be really bad. The 49ers should roll. The shit fest of the week. The Browns travel to Allegiant Stadium to play the Raiders. Game's gonna suck. That's your preview. Chiefs travel to play the Chargers. The Chargers should have Chargers should really have zero chance to win this game. Derwin James is out, suspended for violating league safety protocols. So I think it's gonna be a steep hill to climb for the Chargers. 8:20, the Sunday night game. The Bills play the Ravens. This game could be fun. Two really good teams, two really good offenses. That Bills defense is a little questionable, so this game could be really entertaining to watch on Sunday night. Could be worth the price of admission. We got two Monday night games. The 0-3 Titans take on the 1-2 Dolphins. This game's gonna suck. Dolphins are favored by a point with whoever the fuck's gonna be at QB against Will Levis, who was awful. And then rounding out the week, we have once again a Seahawks-Lions matchup at Ford Field for the third year in a row. And I think all three have been at Ford Field. This year, we know it's at Ford Field. Last year, I think it was at Ford Field. It was week 2. 2022. It was at Ford Field. 3 years in a row, we have a Lions-Seahawks matchup. This game, I honestly don't even know what to make out of this game either. It's essentially a pick'em because Detroit's a 3.5 point favorite at home. The home team usually gets 3 points, meaning that if Seattle was at home, they'd be a 3.5 point favorite, or all 2.5, 3 point favorite. 2.5 point favorite? No, they'd be a half point underdog. I'm sorry. -3. I'm an idiot. That was bad. Let's move on to the picks, because that was terrible. Speaking of terrible, our NFL picks record. We started the season 14-2. We have since gone 15-17 in weeks 2 and 3. Put us at 29-19. Let's start Thursday night. Give me the Cowboys. Give me the Falcons here in this game against the Saints. The Saints finally look human. The Falcons fought hard against the Chiefs in a battle of the 0-3 Bengals at the 1-2 Carolina Panthers. This is a must-win for Cincinnati. If you lose, you just blow it up, essentially. Give me the Bengals here. I can't take the Panthers. Give me the Bengals. Give me the Rams over the Bears. Give me the Vikings over the Packers. Start to go to 4-0. Give me the Houston Texans over the Jags. Send the Jags to 0-4. Give me the Steelers over the Colts. Give me the Jets over the Broncos. Eagles over the Buccaneers. Give me the Commanders over the Cardinals. Jaden Daniels is going to stay hot. Give me the 49ers over the Patriots. In the shitfest of Browns-Raiders. The Browns just keep getting more and more banged up. We don't know if Jadeveon Clowney is going to play. Naheem Hines is injured. Michael Dunn injured. Nick Chubb is still on the IR. Wyatt Teller is out. David Bell's out. Amari Cooper's questionable. Jack Conklin is questionable. David Njoku's questionable. Myles Garrett, questionable. I could go on and on for all these people that are questionable for the Browns. Give me the Raiders in the shit fest. Give me the Chiefs over the Chargers. Give me the Ravens over the Bills at home. Give me the Dolphins over the Titans and give me the Lions over the Seahawks. That's your picks. That is week 3 recap, week 4 picks. Boom. We're done. There we go. There you have it. Have a good weekend watching football, everybody.